What's up, everybody? It's your boy, StephenMotivate. Thanks for tuning in again. We are back with our 52 Turo Tip series, where we're teaching you how to approach your Turo business and what tips and tricks we've used to build a successful Turo business that we've been running now for over 3 years. And we're super proud of and super excited about letting other people know about this business. We do not think Turo is going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, the opposite's happening. It's continuing to grow. We see the sharing community growing anyway, right? Uber was, this weird thing years ago, and now weird thing by, I'm going to get in a car with a stranger. What? But now you got strangers bringing you food, strangers picking up your groceries, because it's the gig economy. It's the sharing community, and Turo is certainly a part of that, and we don't see it going anywhere. So we want to help you do it, and not only do it, but do it the right way. If anything I've been through can help you, I certainly want to. So today we're on tip number, drum roll, tip number 20, I believe. We are on tip number 20. And this is a tip. It's a Turo tip, but it's also just a life tip if your car ever gets into an accident. So this applies whether you're running Turo or not. This is a great tip for you. I've learned a lot about what to do if your car is ever in an accident. And even if you're not a Turo host, this is an important tip. If your car is ever in an accident, the insurance company that's responsible is either going to, declare the total loss, or they're going to have to pay the charges to repair it. This is why it's important to have insurance. And that's a thing in and of itself, because insurance companies can be slow and it can take a lot of time and all this sort of thing. But something that I never knew, and I've been on this earth for almost 40 years, I didn't know until a few years ago that there's a thing called a diminished value claim. So if you're in an accident, if your car's in an accident and it gets repaired, and the insurance company pays you to repair it, and they kind of just walk away, and you say, good, they repaired my car, and da-da-da-da, and maybe they gave you a rental or some of the other things you can get, they probably won't bring up the diminished value claim to you, because they don't necessarily want to pay you any more than they have to, or any more than you know about. But a diminished value claim is super important, not only because it can get you more money, but it's truly because you deserve more money. And in some cases, the diminished value claim may not be that much, but in other cases, there's a tremendous amount of difference between what your car is worth versus what it would be worth had it not ever been an accident. So what is a diminished value claim? Let's look it up. I love to be accurate. Being accurate is one of my pet peeves in life. I hate when people just, hey, what was the score to the game? 75-80. And then I find out later it was 76-81. For me, that's just a pet peeve. I don't like inaccuracy. I'd rather somebody tell me, I don't remember exactly. I think it was 75-80-ish or something like that. Please put the ish on there. Please make it known that you don't really know exactly what you're talking about. Because if not, I would assume that you do. And I just don't like inaccurate information. I prefer accuracy. And so what is diminished value? Let's look it up. So according to the site I'm looking at, this is a legal site. A diminished value refers to the loss in value of a car after being involved in an accident. Even after being repaired, a car with damage history can make its resale value lower and depreciate its value. So in layman's terms, diminished value means the difference between the value of a vehicle that's never been damaged and the same vehicle after it has been damaged. Even if it's been properly repaired. So most of the time, like I said before, there may not be a huge difference, but there is some cases where the difference is tremendous. So hopefully that makes sense. So your car, after it's been in an accident and after it's been repaired, it can look just like the car, the exact same car next to it. But on its Carfax, on its record, it now has an accident. And depending on how major that accident was, it tremendously affects its resale value. You cannot sell a car you can, but if someone is really, smart or really doing their research, one, you shouldn't buy a car for a price that is the same as that same car that's never been in an accident as a car that has been in an accident, because the value of that car is not the same. If you've had major body work done, if you've had major damage done to a car, even if it's been repaired and the naked eye can't notice it, that car is still not worth the same amount that the exact same vehicle that has never been in an accident is worth. And yeah, that seems like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But most people don't know that. And because you don't know it, most people don't require the insurance companies to pay for that. And the insurance companies owe you a check for the loss of value in your car if it's been in an accident. So, like I said, whether you're a Turo host or not, this is just good information, especially if you're not responsible and a third party hit your car, damaged it, it got repaired. Did you ask the insurance company about the diminished value claim? Always file a diminished value claim if you can, because once that car is repaired, it has lost value simply by being in an accident. Even if it's a small accident, if it was in an accident and it's now on its record and there was a police report filed and it is public knowledge that this car has now been in an accident and it's on the Carfax, then the value of that vehicle is now diminished. So for instance, you take a car that's over $100,000. You take a Ferrari or a Bentley or, even a very nice BMW or a very nice Mercedes. You take some of these higher end cars that are super expensive. If you damage these cars and you try to go back and resell it, it is not going to be the same. There's so much that has to be done with some of those super expensive cars to make them normal again, that it's not possible to get what you would have gotten if that car was just garaged, never in an accident, low miles, etc. So it changes the value tremendously. And what I want you to do is make sure that you're asking the insurance company about a diminished value claim, because you could be, in addition to whatever they paid you for the accident and for a rental car or whatever other claims you might have been able to have, you also need to claim diminished value. Tell somebody about this. Tell your mom, tell your pa, tell your friend down in Arkansas. Like, you need to tell people about diminished value. It's a real thing, and you can claim diminished value with an insurance company. I got a friend that's in the insurance business and probably understands this topic a lot more than I do. All I can tell you is that I have been in a situation where my car's been in an accident and was fully repaired, and they almost got away without paying me a diminished value claim. And the diminished value claim was like $2,000 or $3,000 over and above everything else. Here's the thing for Turo hosts. Now, if you get in an accident on a Turo trip, it's a little different. If it's your guest's fault, or if something happens, it's not your guest's fault. That's really the trick there. If it's your guest's fault and your protection plan has to come into play, then Turo's protection plan, which we'll get into in another video, is not going to cover diminished value, because it's not insurance. It's a protection plan, and they've got wording and all this sort of stuff to sort of get around it. it's not really insurance. It's some creative product that they've created to order to not have to pay as much as they should. So, but if it's not your guest's fault and a third party hits that vehicle and the third party is responsible for the damage that's caused to that vehicle, and it's just the normal, your regular Joe's insurance, then you can go after that insurance company for the diminished value. So that's my tip for you. I hope it helps you as much as that's helped me. And it was eye-opening to me. Be like, man, how many accidents have I been in my life? And it hadn't been that many. But how many people do I know that have been in accidents and have, the insurance company has gotten away with not paying everything that they should be paying because the person that was the victim in the situation did not bring up their diminished value claim. Of course, a lawyer or, a person that's paid to read all the paperwork, to read all the fine print, they certainly would have knowledge on how to go about going after that if you don't feel comfortable going after it yourself. But it is something you can go after, and it's a huge tip for all my Turo hosts out there. It could be a nice little chunk of change in your pocket to help with your business. And it's yours. You deserve it. Your car was worth one thing, and if it wasn't your fault that it got hit, it's now never going to be worth what it could be worth, even after it's repaired. And that's what a diminished value claim is. So hope this helps you like it helped me. Please, if it did, leave comments below. Leave feedback. Tell me what you like about this video. Do you know about diminished value claims? Then leave some information for our guests, for our community, so we can talk about this topic and learn more about it. Maybe there's more things that people don't know about insurance and accidents that you might know. So please leave feedback. Please subscribe if you enjoyed what you watched here and you want to see more. We're always talking about entrepreneurship. We're always talking about Turo. We're always talking about, how to build wealth. And we're always talking about side hustles and, just trying to maximize your life here. So only other thing I'd ask is if it helps you the way it's helped me, share it with somebody. And as always, throughout this journey, stay motivated. This is your boy, StephenMotivate. Peace.